Hello everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from stampyourartout.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Andover, Minnesota in the US. And today I'm bringing you a live paper crafting class here on YouTube. It is Saturday, May 10th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Central Time as I'm coming to you live. And you'll have to forgive me, I've been dealing with some sort of bug that's attacking my body for the last week. And it's a stubborn one. It's sticking with me. So I'm still a little under the weather, but doing much better than yesterday, which is when I was planning to do this live. I was going to do it yesterday in conjunction with all these other friends of mine who also post their alternates on their blogs for a blog hop. And so I missed the blog hop, but I hope that you'll follow and enjoy the video that I have to share with you today, sharing with you my second set of alternate projects that I created with last month's Paper Pumpkin kit. Now the new Paper Pumpkin kit is going to start processing tomorrow, as early as tomorrow. So today is the last day to make sure that you have an active subscription, that you are on for getting the Majestic, I think it's called Majestic, I have to look, Majestic Majesties, I think that's it. It's a really gorgeous looking kit. In fact, we got a preview on it. When you're a demonstrator, you get to see things that other people don't get to see, and there is this Facebook group where we got to see some extra elements from that kit, and it is stunning. Just want to let you know. So don't miss out on it. That is the May Paper Pumpkin kit, and again, that one will start processing tomorrow, so you want to have an active subscription today. Now, if you don't know what Paper Pumpkin is, you can scroll down in the description of my video and you can see there's a link there to learn more about Paper Pumpkin, and then there's also a link there to subscribe. Now, when you subscribe to these kits, they come straight to your mailbox. If you don't like them after getting one, you don't have to continue. There's no obligation to continue on. This is the Inked Occasions kit. Subscribers received it, and currently they have not had any refill kits available for it. So normally you have like a refill kit option after the kit has launched, and they haven't for this one. So not sure if or when that's going to happen, but these ideas that I share with you today with this kit, hopefully you can apply some of these ideas to other products if you don't own this kit. I think you can. So what we're going to do is we're going to do those alternates today. Let's see what else I want to tell you about. I did share my first set of alternates, and I think I left a link for that in my video description too. Trisha is not with us today, I don't think. I don't think she is. And so if you have questions, try to make them stand out to me, because I'm not really good at catching live comments during the live, and I can't respond to them afterwards. So make them in capital letters, or maybe put a bunch of emojis next to them, something that's going to make them stand out to me. I'll try to remember, it's not a habit of mine, but I'll try to remember at the end to ask if there are any questions that I didn't answer as we went along. You can also always comment in the after live comments. So once the live is done, you can comment in another section, and those areas I can reply to. So if I don't answer a question that you feel is pressing, that you need answered, you can message me that way. All right. Oh, and I appreciate when you share my videos, like and subscribe. So I invite you to do that while you are watching today. All right, so we're going to get started. Let's go down to the desktop. Oh, these buttons. Sorry, those of you that have been with me for a while have known that we've got some button issues going on. Anyways, thank you, Gina, and thank you, Diana. You guys are sweet. Okay, so I'm going to bring in, let's do the basket first. This is a project that I wanted to do with you the first time we did alternates for this kit, and I didn't get to because we ran out of time. Because I took and what did I do? Quadruple the kit or something, and then I made all these other options. I mean, I was creating nonstop during that video. You'll want to catch it. And so I ran out of time and I couldn't do the basket. We're going to do a basket. This is a cute little basket, and I got the idea from Teresa Glow. She's my assistant. She gave me one around Easter time, and it was filled with some cute little goodies. And so I thought, I'm going to learn how to do that, but I'm going to do it with an actual card kit type of thing. So her pieces were 6 inches long. Now for the card kit, if I do 6-inch long pieces, I'm going to have a score line through sections. So I decided to try it to see if I could do 5.5-inch strips. Let me show you her basket. This is her cute little basket. Yeah, it's an Easter basket. And she put those little mini Tic Tacs in it. Have you seen these before? These are so cute. So we have 6-inch strips that make up the base of the basket. And then there's a band across here that's made out of cardstock. And then there's another strip that's 6 inches that goes this way that's a little bit narrower, as you can see. And so we're going to replicate that, but we're going to do it in a different size. So thank you, Cindy. Hi, Terry. Okay, so I'm going to start cutting. And all of the strips, there's 4 strips that make up the base. All of the strips are 3/4 of an inch wide. So I'm just taking one of the pretty card bases from the kit, and I'm going to go ahead and start cutting. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I need a handle too. So that handle is 1/2 of an inch wide. So 3/4 of an inch wide by 6, and then your handle is 1/2 inch by 6. And that's what you'll need for the basket pieces. I'm going to set this aside for a card that we're going to do next. Okay, and then I need to bring in a strip of white cardstock, and I think that strip is 3/4 of an inch wide. So we're going to cut here, and it's going to be 6 inch. No, it's going to be more than that. Hang on, Rachel, don't cut before. It's 6 3/4, 6 3/4 inches. Okay. So you could really, I mean, again, if you don't have this paper pumpkin kit, or you used it all up, you could take and do, this with other products. All right, so let's go ahead and start curling. The next step is to take your bone folder and to curl by pressing the paper between your thumb and the bone folder and kind of curling or curving and pulling. And that will give your papers this natural little arch. And you'll want to do that with all your strips, even the handle. And you'll want to make sure that the color that you want facing out, like especially if you're using printed paper, right, like I'm doing, that is on top as you are curling. You don't want to go this way because then your curve will be the wrong direction. Even the band is going to get curled. Okay, so middle of packing. Peggy is packing. What are you packing for, Peggy? Are you moving? All right, so we have everything curled. Now we're going to start connecting things. And so the first thing that you'll want to do is take and open up the band portion, and you're going to add Seal or Seal Plus or tear and tape adhesive, some kind of adhesive that's nice and strong, but not glue, or it's going to get too messy. So like a dry tape runner type of adhesive. And you'll want to add that the whole length of the inside arched area of that strip. Okay? Now I'm using Seal Plus, but I could probably use, a little heftier type of adhesive, but I'm going to trust it. In fact, my baskets are sticking together still, and I used Seal on all of those. Now what I want to do is I want to connect, and I'm going to take the outside end of one of my bands, and I'm going to connect it this way to the inside portion like that. So that I've met up those two corners, okay? I'm going to press that down. You can even burnish it if you want to, although as you get further into your basket, you're not going to be able to get your bone folder in there as well. Next, well, at least on the other opposite ends, I should say. Next, I'm going to connect another piece. And if you want to, you can make all of your pieces flow, but I kind of want them to not connect in the same pattern that I cut them out in. So I'm going to go here next, and I'm putting it right next to the other one, okay? Right next to it. And let's put blue on this end and connect that one there. So that one goes there. And then this one's going to go here. And it's been a while since I designed this, so I'm praying that I did this right. Please, oh please. Okay, it says 6 3/4. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to connect this piece inside and bring it over here and make that one connect next to this one. Okay, and then I want to take the next one. See how this is the second one? And I'm going to connect that inside, but underneath this one, and connect it next to that one. And it's going to get tougher. These last couple ones are going to get tough. So what you might have to start doing is kind of pressing these into a squatted position, kind of giving them a little bit of a bend. You know, manipulate them, because if you look at this finished basket, you can see that there's sort of a little bend in here. And that's going to come natural when you start filling it. Okay, I need to zoom in a bit more so you guys can see better. Okay, then we're going to open this up. We're going to take the next band. We're going to keep it between, and we're going to connect it. And again, like I said, it's going to get tougher and tougher to connect these last ones because we're using stiff cardstock rather than designer paper. If you're using designer paper like Teresa did on her basket, it's not going to be as difficult, but this stuff is a little less bendy. That's why you want to kind of push it as you go. Okay, so we're going to start getting that pressed into a cushion type of position. And then this last one, again, underneath, and connect right next to, do you see where I'm connecting it in there? Right next to that one. And you should have a little bit of an overlap, and that overlap is going to go right on top on the outside of that strip. And that's how you get the basket. I hope you guys could see that. I'm really, I'm so tired today, you guys. And I hope I'm showing everything correctly. I know I had more energy on last Wednesday when I went live and I was sick, but yesterday I was so drained. Thursday I was drained too. And today I'm recovering, but I'm still, not quite all together there. Okay, so we're going to press that down. We're going to try to even out these little strips. So then you have to manipulate the base a bit. Kind of get it. It looks like a crown, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, it looks like a little crown. That's funny. You could do something else with this. You could make it into a crown. Can you imagine making bigger versions of this? Oh my goodness. That would be so cute to do for a kid's party. All right, now let's take these pieces and we're going to add a little bit of adhesive to the inside areas here. And you know what I forgot to do, which was really stupid, is Rachel forgot to bring her water downstairs. One of her kids is working away from home. The other one is dead to the world asleep, and her husband just left to go get some plants for the garden. Okay, we're connecting these to the inside, and it doesn't matter how far down you go. I went the depth of this banner, this little band that goes around, so I went about 3/4 of an inch down and then just attached it on the inside. This is where you probably would want to use a stronger adhesive because the handle is going to be, of course, lifting the weight of your basket. And if, let's say you put a big heavy piece of gold in there, well then you'll want to make sure that that adhesive is going to hold onto it. You can see it's a rounded bottom, right? It doesn't sit super flat, but when you put the weight of an object in there, it's going to make a whole world of difference. The other thing that I did for my basket, and I'll show you the finished one soon, is I took and stamped on this with one of the stamps from the kit. So within your paper pumpkin kits, you get stamps, you get a little ink spot, you get all the products that you will need to make these cards, all the consumables. You get adhesives that you need, all of that sort of thing. The only thing that you really ever need to bring in is a paper snips or scissors if you're going to do the kits as is. So it's an awesome deal. So I'm going to go ahead and take and the deal is $27 in the US plus tax. And it comes straight to your mailbox, you guys. I'm going to take and use the stamp that says, "Sending my love." Plus, oh, forgot to mention this too. Plus, you get $2 Stampin' rewards for every kit. So when your May kit processes, you pay the $27 plus tax in the U.S. It depends on, if you're in Canada or U.S. or whatever, but the price is different. But after that, then you get $2 in Stampin' rewards in your little bank so that you can use that as credit towards free product in the future. I'm going to use the larger version of the Berry Burst ink pad. We're going to ink up our stamp. We're going to stamp it down onto this little piece here. And I think I stamped it in this direction. We'll put it against a darker background here so you can see better. And we'll stamp it like this off to the right, sending my love. Then we're going to take one of these cute little hole punches. And these are in a variety pack of punches. They are called the Hole Punch Assortment. By the way, the products that I'm mentioning are listed in the description of the video. You know how Trisha's so sweet and kind and she always gives you links directly for the products? Well, she's pulling them from the description of the video. So if you need to find them when she's not here, just, open up another tab on your device or whatever and you can grab them off of there. We're going to use the 1/8" circle punch. And the one thing I want to do is make a little mark with a pencil where I want to punch my hole, and then I can come in and I can see that hole or that little mark right through my hole, and I can punch. Perfect. Next, I can take my twine that I have from the Baker's Essential Pack of Twine, and it is somewhere on my desk. It was here. Oh, here it is. And I'm just going to take like a little strand of this, tie it through, and I think what I did, oh yeah, I'm going to show this to you. So I took and put my twine through here. Sick germs. Sorry, I had to lick it to make it straighter. Okay, so you put your twine through there, then you're going to trim it. Use my sharper scissors here. Then you're going to take the whole thing and do an overhand knot, because this way the tag will not leave when you take the actual, like it won't leave the ribbon or the twine here when you take it off of your basket. And it sits better too if you have it like that, okay? We're going to curl that with our bone folder. That way it'll kind of go around the handle better. And then you just take and tie it onto your handle. And you can take one around the other side and make your bow right on top, and it'll sit like that, okay? So you just tie your bow right on top there, and this will curve off to the side and sit. The other thing that I did to my basket is I took this beautiful gold ribbon that is new. It is the gold striped mesh ribbon. And that way it concealed this little connecting part here, right? You cover it up, and then you just do a little knot in the front of your basket. Fill it with some little Easter grass filler stuff, right? And then you come up with dot, 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 dot. Let me show you this guy. Isn't he so cute? Oh my goodness, so sweet and precious. So I have some Hershey Kisses in there that are, I don't know which flavor. They're dark chocolate. I think they're dark chocolate. Yeah, super cute. So there's the little knot on the front. There's the little bow on the top with the twine and the curved little sentiment that's sitting like this. It's a super cute basket, you guys. Why would you make one now? So we already passed May Day, we already passed Easter, Mother's Day is coming up, but you know what? There's always a great time to send treats in a little basket, right? Any occasion. Let's say you have wedding showers or, I don't know, baby showers, anything treat-wise that you can make for people would be so cute presented in a little basket like that. So, all right? Okay, the gold ribbon's beautiful. I agree. All right, next we're going to go ahead and let's do this. Do you remember this? Did you guys watch on Wednesday? Raise your hand if you watched my live on Wednesday where I was sneezing and coughing. Let me know if you did. This is the Pillar Pyramid card, and it has a base made up of 4 rectangular pieces that are folded and layered together, and then you can press down to flatten it, and it fits inside our medium size envelopes. Okay, this is our basic white envelope. This is our kit envelope. It will fit inside either one because they're both the same size. We're going to prop it back up, and now we're going to take this gorgeous paper and I'm going to show you a different cutting pattern, because last time we were really getting precise. We were doing 1/8 inches. I'm going to show you how beautiful this can be even without doing 1/8 inches. All right, so let's first cut a piece that is, and I want to make sure I'm doing this right. I have to calculate again. Hang on. I did this right before we started, and I think it's here. I can measure this one. 4 inches. So we're going to go 4 inches by 5 1/4. Yay, no 1/8 inches. I want some more of that blue though. I love the blue. Okay, so 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And now we're going to cut our strips from here. We're going to do a 1/4 inch strip. I just thought of something. Can I add this in? I'm going to add this in. If you guys don't have, this would be a really great way to do this super fast. These are called adhesive sheets. I'm going to put some of this on the back side. You guys are all like, ooh, that's smart, Rachel. Okay, so I'm going to go just a little less than 4 inches. And let's start peeling and adding, because we have to stick down this whole thing. So let's just get the adhesive on there now. And peel off the next section. So add in sticky, what's it called? Adhesive sheets. Somebody share the product number for adhesive sheets, because I don't have this in my description or in my blog post. Raise your hand if you're coming in from the blog post. If someone's sick at the hospital, yes, that's a great idea too. Okay, and I'm not going to open this up all the way, because see how I just brought it to that spot there? So I'm going to keep that down there, and then I'm going to trim, and that way I can still use this last bit of adhesive sheet. Smart. Okay, see, that's still usable. So now we have a sticky paper. All right, let's start cutting. 1/4 inch, not 3/8 inch like I shared on Wednesday. 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. Now keep these pieces in alignment so that they kind of make up a little puzzle, right? 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. Oops, get off of there. 1/4 inch. Now I'm a little lost here. Hang on just a second. I'm checking something. 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. Okay, 1/4 inch. And now we're going to turn it in this direction. 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4. Maybe we didn't need a full 4 inches. I think I was accounting for a top layer too. But we're going to start going the opposite way now on the other side, because our middle strip is not going to be the designer paper. Our middle strip is going to be made up of a 1/2 inch wide piece of gold foil. So let's cut that 5 1/4 by 1/2 inch. Yes, if you are going to use this whole sheet to go across the whole thing, then you would want to use, you'd want to go to your 1/2 inch mark next, and then you do the 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. So let's just go ahead and cut that. Then you'll have an option. You'll see what I mean. So we're going to do 1/2 inch, and we're just going to set that on top of that one, because we could do either one. We could do the gold or this piece. Now we'll do 1/2 inch. You like that, you guys? Adhesive sheets. Thank you. Does anyone have the order number for that? I do not use adhesive sheets that often because I got some stickies on this one. Because I don't know, I prefer glue. But in this case, I'm definitely loving the adhesive sheet idea. At least I hope I'm going to be loving it. We'll see. We'll see how hard it is to peel off the backing. And then the last one gets cut like that. So we now have our 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 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 1/4 inch. Okay, we got it all. Now we take this, we grab the first one, we get our fingernail under there, or our, tools like the Take Your Pick tool, or the or the snips, the end of your snips, and you're just gonna start separating. Oh, I'm doing well with my fingernails because I got some skinny fingernails, you guys. They don't have any polish on them. I remember the days when I would wear polish and it was super hard to remove these little backings. But I got her down. So again, I'll show you with the paper snips what you could do. So if you are somebody who struggles with getting those pieces off, see how I'm adding them in order? And they're still looking really great as far as, they still look like they flow. So you just want to get that little scissors underneath the top there. Same thing with the Take Your Pick tool, just kind of shimmy it under there. Okay, when we get to the top, I'm gonna leave it free because I don't want to deal with the top one yet. I'm going to show you the 2 different options you would have. But isn't this gorgeous with this paper? I have another version of this card, and what I'm doing is I'm leaving 1/8 of an inch around, well, I kind of messed up on that one, but 1/8 of an inch around for all the black borders. So let's leave that one be. Hi, Lorraine. I'm glad you caught me live. Thank you, Marcia. Adhesive sheets, 152334. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Oh, and speaking of Marcia, I have to tell you one of the grand ideas that she shared with me after my Wednesday live. And I'm glad that your name got brought up just now, Marcia, because it brought it to my mind. So she suggested adding the strips to the layers before assembling the layers, and then you would be able, like if you added your strips here, you'd be able to center that middle piece before gluing it down. You wouldn't have to draw your pencil lines on there. Smart cookie she is. You like this better than liquid glue? Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of get your fingernails underneath there, right? And that can take a little bit of time, but once you get it peeled up, you're good to go. Any questions while I'm doing this? Because I can look up as I'm doing this. I like the glue so I can move things, but the adhesive sheets, yes, I agree. And the black border, so a lot of people were saying when I did my cards for the first set of alternates, they liked the ones with the black borders. Everyone was like, ooh, ah. So I decided to do a lot of black backgrounds for this set of alternates just because I agree with you. I think black really makes bright colors pop. They just really stand out. So the next card and my scrapbook page that I'm going to share with you all have a black background as well. So you can see you can either add this piece and have the flow continue the same way, or you could put a gold strip in here. Let's take a vote, shall we? Can I somehow do that on here? Let's see if I can do that. Let's see if we can do a poll. Okay, gold. I'm going to do this, you guys. This is so cool. Gold or color? All right, ask a question. Which middle? And then you guys can vote. Start poll. This is so fun. There you go. And then I'll just end the poll whenever I have the ability to look up again. Okay, so just vote away. This paper here, I'm going to punch this with a 2 3/8 inch circle punch. And we're going to use that as the center, the focal point on the card. So which center do you guys like better? We could do either one. I actually kind of have a favorite of my own, but I want to see what you guys think. This paper, by the way, is our White Willow cardstock. I want to show you the difference because now that we have all of our products fresh and new, as of May 6th, we have a new annual catalog and everything's kind of turned over. I want to tell you what options you have for your white and black cardstocks. Okay, so for white cardstock, we have basic white thick. Yes, the thick is still here. It's just not in the catalog, but it's still available. So those are the basic white 8.5 by 11 options. Then we also have in our 12 by 12 basic white thick. We used to have basic white regular, but now it's basic white thick. But either way, you still have 8.5 by 11 or you have 12 by 12 for your basic white. This is White Willow. White Willow, you can see, is a slightly different white. It has a cooler tone to it, more of a bluish tone. This is a warmer tone. This is brighter. This is a little duller, not as bright, but this one matches your kit white a little bit better. You can see how it really contrasts with the basic white, but with White Willow, it tends to work really well. So those are your white options, and I'm using White Willow for this piece. And for the basket. I used it for the basket too. For your basic black, yes, keep on voting. This is fun, you guys. For the basic black, we have, oh, and that's really hard to see. Let's see if I kind of put it off to the side. We have 12 by 12 in both regular and two-tone cardstock. This is the two-toned, and it's dark. This is the two-toned light, because there's two sides. And then this is the basic black in 12 by 12. We also have the basic black, again, that's hard to see, sorry about that, in 8.5 by 11. All right, I'm going to stop the poll. Let's see if I can do this. How do I stop it? End poll, there we go. 67% of you voted for the color. I have to agree, actually. I was going to do the gold, and then when I looked at it again, I'm like, you know what? I think I'd rather have the color going through there. Totally fine. Either way, I think it would look regal. It's just gorgeous with those gold little vein like imagery going through there. This is going to get stuck on top, and then I'm going to use a die from the Hugs a Bloom. Now this is a set of dies that coordinates with the April, May, and June kits. So last month's kit, which was the Daisy one, this month's kit, and then next month's kit. So it's meant to coordinate with all of those, but you can use them for all kinds of things. In fact, I think this is one of the best set of dies that we've had as an add-on option for Paper Pumpkin subscribers. Only subscribers can get these dies, active subscribers, so you'll want to make sure that you have an active subscription so you can make the purchase. It's got leaves, a little frame here, the word hugs, and then a flower. And I shared those with you in the last one I did, the last alternate video. Let me show you. Here it is. I've already got it cut. So you just die cut it like that. And then you'd add maybe some little brushed brass butterflies on there or whatever. Okay, let me show you another version of that card. And this one is using a different card base. It's using this card base here from the kit, but you can see that you can get a couple different looks with the kit paper. They're just stunning, aren't they? Sending my love, really small font, but then all the gold stands out. Here's a die cut piece, die cut piece. Those are from the Hugs a Bloom dies also. So we have 1, 2, 3 dies. I didn't use the leaves on here. You could die cut some gold leaves and have them coming out the top and bottom. Maybe I'll do that. And then I've got my little butterflies going along the frame here. I would probably put them within the circle on this one. On the back side is where you would add a white layer, and that white layer would be 5¼ inches tall by 3½ inches wide. Okay, and that way you can write on the back of your card. So that is another idea that you can do with this kit. And actually I gave you 2 ideas within that idea. So you have 3 ideas so far. This is the 4th one, and I'm not going to actually make this for you, but I want to walk you through it. I did this card after making the alternates from the first video. Yay, color wins. I love it. After making the cards from the last video, I had leftover strips. Just had a ton of them all over the place. And in fact, I had one that was wider, and so I just started building, and I made another card, and it's using that same focal point, some butterflies around it. So I just wanted to share that with you. That's also in my blog post. And then my last idea for you is using some elements of the kit to make a scrapbook page. So, and you could take and do this scrapbook page a couple times and maybe just arrange things differently so that you see, you know, like so it becomes a double page spread, right? Because most people do a 2-page spread when they do their scrapbooking. You know, you're looking through your pages and you have it open and you got stuff here and stuff here, right? So, but sometimes you need a 1-pager, and that's at the beginning or the end of your album. So I used both this piece here, which I don't have an extra one of, and this piece here, and I did some cutting. So I first took this one and I just cut it around that spot here, okay? And then I took, and this is the same cuts that I did for my cards when I shared my cards with you. I cut right through here to separate that stem. So I have this piece that I used in my page, and then I cut in here, right in this spot, because that's where it's vulnerable anyways. So I cut right in there and separated this piece from that. I used these 3 pieces all separately on my page, and I'll share how I did that. What size punch did I use? It's the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. Okay. Then I took this piece and I cut it, and I'm going to look on my blog post because and you can certainly look there too because it's live. I cut it like this. So I took my hugs and I cut right here, separated the U and the H like that. Well, that was not as clean as I thought it was going to be. So I got my U and my H separated. Then I cut my U from my G like that. I'm going to put this against something dark again so you can see better. Okay. And then I took and separated, let's see if I can do this here. I went around this part here and made it into an O. So I just cut around that piece to make it look like an O. And then I flipped some things. I flipped this in that direction, and I switched these 2 around, and I made the word U. Okay? All right. So yeah, now I have this, I don't know what it is, JS. It could be a JS. You could put a little dot on the top. If somebody has the initials JS and they want this sent to them, let me know. The envelopes became my little photo mats. And you could, you know, twist your look in different directions, but I suggest if you're going to use these as photo mats, that your photo that you put on top is no wider than 4 inches in this direction, because you really want to catch a lot of that beautiful color along here. And if you make it too close to the edge, you might miss a lot of it. In fact, the smaller your photo, the more you will see of this gorgeous beautifulness. Okay, let's bring in the page, and I'm going to point out some things on here. So here is the finished page. I'm going to move these pieces off to the side and we'll zoom out. And I'll tilt it so you can see better. Okay, so here I used strips again, leftovers from my cards. If I peel this up, you can see that they are not a full 12 inches long. They just appear to be. You give that illusion, sorry, you can really see all the little dust that's sitting on here. You can really get that illusion by covering up and making, you know, those areas have spots where they don't have to extend, I guess is what I'm saying. So I did the same thing on this side. And here is where you can see that flower piece is sitting. So 1, 2 strips here, 3 here, but my third one on this side became my little garden. On the top, after I laid these 2 envelopes down and this one, so I positioned my 3 envelopes, stuck my strips down and my garden, I'm calling it my garden. Then I lifted this up, because I always put things down with temporary adhesive at first. I lifted this corner up and I stuck this little guy down in here. And that's how I got that fun little look up there. Down here is where you can see my, oh, and I did cut this another time too. I cut it right here and here. Sorry, we had 4 pieces. So this one was inserted on this side. Oh, gosh, I cut it into 5 pieces, Rachel. It's been a while. I literally created all of this stuff when I first got the kit. And now I've forgotten some of it. Okay, I'm going to trim that. 5 pieces. Let's do this again. This one goes over here, and this one goes over here. So it sits like this, then this one came in like that, and this one obviously is over here. Do you already see this too? This is that same piece from the sheet here, cut in half. 1 piece is over here and 1 piece is over there. And that's how I got that little garden-y look. The U, I smoothed out the letters, so I took the ends of those letters and I just kind of took my scissors and rounded these ends here so that they weren't as sharp. And then I stuck them down to make the word U, tucked one of those strips from the kit, which I've lost now, but it's one of these guys, only the straight one. And I stuck that under here, stamped "You are amazing," or I just stamped I stamped "are amazing" because I think that stamp, let me see here, has the word "you" on it. Yes, it does. And so I just didn't ink that one, and I just inked "are amazing" and stamped it off to the right, put a butterfly there, tucked it under there, and then stuck everything down. And it's just, oh, and the butterflies. Don't forget the little extra butterflies. But that is how I did that page. Now, my blog post, which is linked in the description of the video, thank you so much. The blog post, which is linked in the description of the video, does have photos of the page, this card, and my now empty basket, but it has pictures of all of those. I will finish this card up, photograph it, and add it into the post so that you can see a photo of that too. But those are my 5 projects that I made, my extra alternates that I made with the April Inked Occasions Paper Pumpkin Kit. I hope that you enjoyed that. So the kit normally, again, you get the kit. It makes 9 cards, 3 of each, but you can follow alternate ideas that other people post out there. And there's a ton of ideas. If you go on Pinterest or if you're a member of the Paper Pumpkin Fan Club on Facebook, which is a group that was started a long time ago, and we just have tons of fun sharing on there. There's over 37,000, maybe even 38,000 people in there now sharing daily. Just gorgeous projects, you guys, just stunning stuff. So you don't have to like a kit. You can get the kits and then you can look for other options of what you can do with those kits. If you're an avid crafter, you can go beyond and do even more. You can throw some embossing folders in there and all kinds of goodies. The quality of what you get. Like you get tons of product, a variety of product at this one small price, and then you can go and just do all kinds of things with it. It travels with you. It stores nice and neatly. Like you can take it out of the box even and put it in a little tote so that, like a baggie inside of a tote, so that you can take up even less space. You don't have to have a crafting room. It's crazy what you can make with these kits. All right, so what else do I want to tell you? Oh, if you are a subscriber through me, you get an extra set of alternates every month from our Paper Pumpkin Creatives team. And I think this time we had 15 exclusive project ideas. And so make sure that you're either a team member of mine, because team members get everything, or make sure you're a subscriber through me so that you can get these for free. Now, if you're not, you can purchase them. There is an area on my website, so I'm going to pull that up real quick and show that to you. And you're going to have to see some of the stuff in the background of my computer here, you guys, because it's just the way it is. I am not on top of my game today, but like here, there's my little bar up there that I use for when I work on my blog. Okay, we're going to go to Shop, Tutorials. Oops, do that again. Shop, Tutorials, and then go to Tutorials again. And when you're there, you're going to see these square graphics that say Paper Pumpkin Creatives. And this is where you can access those extra ideas. Do you see all of them here? Lots of different ideas using past Paper Pumpkin kits. We usually create the ideas by, thanks Brandy, by the first of the month. They're ready to share, so the first of the following month. So if you're like getting in on this May kit, you're going to have your exclusives ready by June 1st. Okay? All right, what else do I want to share with you? Excuse me, I'm so coffee today. The next kit, I'm just going to take a peek at that real quick because the blog post is live. You can click on it if you want to. If you scroll down on the blog post, it does tell, I just want to make sure I'm telling the name right. Yes. Oh, Mountain Majesties. Okay, that's what it's called, Mountain Majesties. It does have Father's Day, probably sentiments in it and stuff like that. Makes 9 cards again, 3 of 3 different designs. I'm just going to show you this too. Oh, yes, buttons. There we go. So here's a little glimpse of the Mountain Majesties kit. This is like the base layer, and then they have some other layers that you can put on top. There's vellum in there. The cards that I saw were stunning, so I think you're going to have a great time with this kit. We don't have prizes today, but I do want to announce past prize winners who need to claim before, like you have to claim within a month's time, you guys. So I'm feeling really bad for people who don't get their prizes and I have to just delete their names. We are, and then there's people who email me and then never email me back because I have to ask them, well, what's your address? Or tell me one other thing, and then they never contact me back. So check your spam mail. Alicia Thomas, Helene Knight, Linda Morris, Diane Eager, Dolores Ram, V.S., Carol Lucas. You guys haven't claimed. Now, if you won something that you already have, just let me know. I can get you something else. I do have some team members in there. Maybe I need to be nice enough and just reach out to them. You guys have to reach out to me though. That's the deal. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Here's my email, rachel@stampyourartout.com. That's what I require everyone to do because I don't want to go searching and looking for everybody. But maybe I'll do that for my team members because I love them. All right. I think that's it as far as news goes. New products, May 6th. That's when they got released. Make sure that you're checking things out. Lots of good stuff. I think that's it, you guys. So thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope that you visit back. The next time I do a live will be next Wednesday. I do have something planned. What is it? Is it mystery stamping? I think it's mystery stamping, but it's not a fun fold. So come back and join me for, let's just check my calendar. I better check my calendar. Next week, Wednesday, I didn't write it down, but I believe it's mystery stamping. So we're going to have fun. I also have new products that have been accumulating, and I might, if we have time, because it's a really short mystery stamping, if we have time, I could show off the new products. Does that sound good? Yes, today is Saturday, and in the US, we're celebrating Mother's Day tomorrow. You guys said that last Wednesday, and I completely forgot to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day. Whether you're actually a mother, it doesn't matter. If you mother somebody, you're a mom, right? So happy Mother's Day to everybody. Take care, everybody. And now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.